Murdoch. I'm coming to get you.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last? I lied.
Get off my plane.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
John, I'm not gonna shoot you between the eyes. I'm shoot you between the balls.
The disease. And I'm the cure.
I'm gonna take you to the bank, Senator Trent.
There can be only one.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Yippee-ki-yay. I'm going to kill them all, sir.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Gimme Back My Action Movies, the podcast. I am one of your hosts, Charlie. With me, as always, is Nate. Say hello to the people, Nate.
I will break him.
This is wrong Dolph movie. Wrong
Damn
Dolph
it!
movie.
I always get it mixed up.
And on the other side of my video screen is our Pete.
Hey guys, what's happening? We're back. This is 2 in a row for me. How about that? I don't do these action movies very often. It's just...
Not very often.
No, I'm kind of excited. Yeah.
Well, it's my birthday.
It is your birthday.
It's my birthday.
It's your birthday. Get your
Whoop,
geek
whoop.
on. Get your geek on. It's your birthday.
I thought you said get your kink on. I was like,
Oh, that too. Yeah. Geek, kink. Get your
He's
geek
grounded
kink
though.
on. That's
He's
a
not
party.
gonna be on Charlie's horror birthday episode. So you're
Sadly,
grounded.
no. I have to. I got to get to some rehearsals this month. So, yep, won't be here next week. But thanks
I
for
have to
having me
adult.
this week. Or maybe I should not thank you for this movie.
no,
You will thank us.
You will thank us, man, because for my birthday, I had to pick one. Now, this was a contender for last year. To stay in the same vein, though, Charlie picked Masters of the Universe. And this truly is a childhood movie for me. This is the pinnacle of little Charlie running around the yard swinging sticks like swords.
Of course.
Nice.
Yes.
To this day, I am a huge He-Man fan. I know podcasting, you can't see shit, but I can paint pictures. I am surrounded by He-Man action figures, posters. Everywhere is He-Man. He-Man is life for Charlie.
Wow.
What about you guys? What's your guys' experience with He-Man?
I'll let you go first on this one, Pete.
All right. Well, like you were describing, Charlie, I have an 8-year-old nephew right now, and I see him in the backyard running around with the big old sticks. And I'm like, yeah, I did that. That's so much fun. But, yeah. And this came out, not the movie, but He-Man, Masters of the Universe.
Oh.
The toy line came out, 1984 ish.
83, 84.
Well,
I
okay.
think is the toy
I'm in the
line.
ballpark. So
You're
I
in
was
the ballpark.
10-ish years old when this came out. So this was my sweet spot of the toys that I wanted, the toys that meant things to me. And this is one of the biggest collections I had outside of Star Wars. I had some good G.I. Joe stuff. I had a couple of Thundercat things, and I have a ton of Star Wars stuff. But outside of that, I had He-Man. I had He-Man. I had Skeletor. This is not the biggest collection, but He-Man, Skeletor, Trapjaw, Triclops, Merman, Beastman, Man-at-Arms. I had the Castle Grayskull. I had
Nice.
Battle Cat. I had that weird green and orange flying ship ?
Oh, the Wind Raider?
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. So again, I didn't have the biggest. Oh, one of my favorites was Modulok. I think they came out around the Princess of Power era.
Yep.
I think he was a Hordak guy. Anywho, yeah, I watched the cartoons. I bought the comic books. I remember the toys came out before the cartoon did. So I was invested even before that hit the airwaves. This was definitely one of my favorite franchises. Cartoon. I even like the She-Ra stuff. I thought that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So He-Man was, I had the sword too, like the sword, the 2 pieces of the sword that you could click together.
Yep.
Again, not the biggest collection by any stretch of the imagination, but as a kid, this franchise meant a lot to me.
Awesome. Nate, you come in at the tail end of He-Man. So
And I wanted you two to go first because I know how much you two adore He-Man. I don't hate He-Man. I like He-Man. That's pretty much it. I only had like Leechman as a kid. You know,
That's
like I
it?
don't
You
Oh
remember
just
yeah, I
had
had
having.
Leechman too.
Yeah.
He was cool.
Yeah,
Didn't
I
look
don't
too
remember
good.
having even Skeletor or He-Man himself. I remember
You-
just liking He-Man. I
You
remember. I
kind of
remember.
had to French kiss Leechman to make him work.
Yeah, you pretty much did. I remember like seeing this movie as a kid and enjoying the hell out of it because it was He-Man. Like, you know,
Yeah.
big old muscle guy with swords, and this was our Hercules.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
hope I pronounced that right. Hercules.
Close
Yeah,
Hercules.
I can talk.
Heracles,
I know words.
Hercules,
Hercules.
Yeah.
Tomato.
Nate went for the more proper Greek pronunciation.
Yeah, the
I think he was going
Admiral.
Disney. Hercules, Hercules.
Hercules.
So, like,
yeah.
for me, being more Ninja Turtles and G.I. Joe, like,
Oh yeah.
He-Man was there. He-Man was fun, you know? Like, if anything, the recent reboot that Kevin Smith did, I really enjoyed.
That was
which
very good.
I
I
liked
thought
it.
It was
it
very,
was a
very good.
fantastic.
It was also very
like,
different, and that's what I liked about it. It was
just
it
the
was-
animation was gorgeous.
and the
Yeah.
voice
And
acting,
Explosions
it was
galore.
choice.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
voice acting was amazing. Mark Hamill playing
Mhm.
Skeletor, great. Like that, I thought it was a great idea of how you do like a reboot / continuation.
Yeah.
So-
I know it has its
It has
haters.
a lot of
I
haters,
I
and I don't get
enjoyed
it.
it. I think it hit right in the same vein. With me, I was born in 80, so He-Man came out right at that moment of me being like 4 or 5 when I could start getting I have a very, very vivid memory of my first He-Man figure, and that is of He-Man.
Yeah.
We traveled to New York to see my grandfather up there, and my grandmother, she was still alive at the time. And I remember still having it in the package. And I will tell you why it's so vivid to me, and it still cracks my mom up to this day that I even remember this. And it's because my grandpa had a dog named Peanut that was a wiener dog. And that dog pissed on my He-Man figure.
Oh no!
Still in the package, though.
No.
That was it. Still in the package, but that stupid dog pissed on my He-Man figure. And I told my mom that later on, like when I was older, and she's like, I can't believe you remember that. She was like, you were upset. I'm like, yeah, I remember. I was there.
It was my He-Man.
Right.
You
It
don't
was my
pee on
He-Man.
He-Man.
You don't pee on He-Man, man. So
Not even Skeletor would stoop so low.
no, and I remember because it was such a long drive from Virginia to New York, because Dad lived in it's called Schuylerville, but you go past Saratoga, so it's like upstate New York. And so they had got me that toy, shit, I was 4 or 5 years old when I got it. So I remember that's my earliest memory of a toy is He-Man. I still have that He-Man, that exact
Wow.
one.
Does it still smell like urine?
No, it was in the package, guys.
Oh, okay,
Still
okay.
in the
Oh,
package.
okay.
He was protected. It was fine. Even if I had been one of those kids that wanted to keep it in package, it wouldn't have worked. He would have been piss stained,
Uh-huh.
which lowers the value no matter what.
Oh, you know what, though? If you were to send that into the graders,
Be hilarious. It's got an odd smell to
odd
it.
little scent to it, that's
Yeah.
going to deduct it like at least 7 points.
I was
Right.
never a kid with the in the package stuff. I opened everything. And
I'm an
Yeah, me
adult
too.
that still doesn't have stuff in the package because I want to play with this.
mine's like 50-50. Like I'm collecting the Origins line of the He-Mans, the new
Oh, are you?
stuff. So
Cool.
Yeah.
That's some
half
good
of 'em-
sculpts. Yeah.
Yeah, half of them are open, half of them are still in the package, only because I've run out of place to put them on the shelf. But but I've been collecting He-Man forever. I know the last He-Man figure I got, which was Clamp Champ. I got him for Easter. That was the final action figure that my parents bought me. It was right
Aw.
about when I was 12. So He-Man is life, and we got a live action movie when I was at the perfect age. It came out in 87. I don't think they took me to the theater to watch it. We didn't really go to the movies a lot, like I've talked about. It had to be a very, very special occasion to go.
Mhm.
So this would have had to be like in VHS. So I probably watched it in 88, because I remember how long it took for VHS to get released at home. Like
Oh,
it left the
forever.
theater and it took forever to
It's
come
at least
out.
a year, typically.
At least. So I know
Mhm.
I had to be
Yeah,
like,
it'd be one of those things you would forget it was even like out,
Right?
kind of thing.
yeah, you'd all of a sudden go to the rental store and see the big poster that's like, oh, that's right, they did a He-Man movie, and
Yeah.
I got to get it.
Finally.
So I got to rent He-Man. I was probably about 8 years old, and I was in that, man. I have grown up with He-Man my entire life. So at 8 years old, I'm watching Dolph Lundgren, which is probably my first Dolph Lundgren movie that, I ever knew him from. He was He-Man to me. He was never Drago or, Universal Soldier, Red Scorpion. I knew him as He-Man, even going into action movies. And I adore this movie, even as a kid. I have no complaints about it. All right, but before we start talking about the movie, though, we've already started gushing about He-Man, the character. Let's hit the trailer. Let's get in the mood for the movie, and we'll just jump right back into it.
At the far end of the universe, there is a planet ruled by a being of utter evil. And there is only one man who dares challenge him. They are locked in a battle to the death. A battle that will take them across the heavens.
Stop him!
A battle that will finally be fought.
I want them hunted down and brought to me!
Across the face.
Police! Nobody move!
Of Earth.
I think I'm gonna need some backup.
Can you show us the way?
Of course.
No.
Somebody help me! No! Julie!
From a distant galaxy, they have come to Earth. Dolph Lundgren as He-Man. Frank Langella as Skeletor. Only they have the powers to be. Masters of the universe. Live the adventure.
Guys, I still get goosebumps.
Oh, I imagine you do.
I can't hear that song and not have a reaction. I'm not kidding, man. I watched this movie a lot. I own the DVD. I had the VHS. I can sit down and watch this movie anytime. Someone goes, let's watch He-Man. Okay, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to watch He-Man. I don't care. I love this movie.
No, this is like the perfect choice for your birthday. I mean, you've talked about it many times behind the scenes of when would be the perfect time to do it. Last year, we picked Highlander for your birthday. And
was
it makes
Highlander my birthday one? That is right.
Yeah.
Highlander was
your birthday one.
We did do Beastmaster right
we did
before.
it later on, I think, in the year. Or maybe it was before.
I think it
Either
was right
way,
before.
But
Yeah.
it was just like swords and sorcery
Swords.
is definitely up Charlie's alley. There's no doubt about that. You know,
it was all that. It was anything to do with, the heroes of old, man, swords, swashbuckling even. I mean, I loved anything because it was before I got into I was allowed to watch the action movies with a lot of guns. The action I could see that had guns was like G.I. Joe, which was still lasers. So my action movies growing up as a younger kid was sword and sorcery and fantasy and things like that. So it was like right at my formidable years. I mean,
that's why you had Conan, like,
yeah, I mean, well, I had Conan the Destroyer, which I was allowed to watch when I was a little older, but I watched it before I ever saw the first Conan. I did have some of the, some of the,
much more friendly to the younger audience than the first one is.
It is, but I watched it again the other day for the Action Elite live stream, and I'm like, there's still a ton of blood and death in that movie.
Oh yeah, that final monster that he rips the horn off. That's gross. That's
Dagoth?
proper gross.
Oh,
yeah.
And it's like the stuff coming out of Dagoth is like greenish black, and it's like, just imagine that all red. It would have been as bloody as the first Conan. There's just not as many boobs. That's all. That was the only difference. But
different time.
Different. It was a different time.
Just a couple years later, different time.
Just a couple years later.
But it's like, so this makes sense for the birthday, Charlie, like in little kids Charlie. But then there's also something that I think older teenager up to adulthood Charlie that appreciates is we're doing a canon movie.
Yes,
we are doing a canon movie, man.
We haven't done a canon movie in a hot minute.
Yeah, from the opening credits, this thing reeked of canon. It just the graininess of the film, The way just the way things moved across the camera, it was unmistakably a canon movie.
Canon. It's one of those things. As soon as you see it, you're like, yes,
Yep,
this is what I want. And like,
it's like
it's
this
high,
must be a Roger Corman movie.
It's so high on entertainment. But I gotta say, compared to other canon movies, they really went all out on the budget of this bad boy when it comes to production design and costumes and set pieces, you know?
Yeah.
To the point where was this the one that pretty much bankrupted them?
Yeah.
So this is the one that they had to do because they were facing bankruptcy. They had success with like Delta Force and a handful of other movies, but they were still hemorrhaging money really bad. They basically put all their eggs in one basket with Masters of the Universe and Superman 4, The Quest for Peace.
Because everyone knows if you're going to put all your eggs in one basket, you definitely do it to Superman 4.
Well, they paid a hefty price to get that licensing. Then Mattel wanted to get a He-Man movie made because the toy line was starting to decline. Sales were going down and they needed something.
Which was their own damn fault. Do not even gloss over that.
No. So there's a lot. Watch that. The toys.
Toys That Made Us.
The Toys That Made Us.
It's real good.
I love
so
their
good.
documentary stuff about it. So they dig heavy into it. But there was also, as Pete is a perfect example, the big fans that were at the right age for buying the toys aged out.
We were aging out.
You were aging out, and you had the handful of my generation that was still getting them, but now you were facing competition. Ninja Turtles,
especially.
G.I. Joe was still going. Transformers were still going. And there was only so much that He-Man could do. So they were like, we need a movie.
Talking about the Saturday morning cartoon block, and I mean that is nothing but 30 minutes to advertise your toy, basically.
Right.
You know, and it's a heavily competition area, and you got to make sure that your price point is just right for kids and for families, you know?
And their biggest competitor was not just a toy line. It was Nintendo. For the attention of kids, that was their next big competition. Less and less kids were actually playing with toys. They were buying video games. So, yeah, go ahead.
From my understanding, this movie came out after the toy line was dead, correct?
So it hadn't died yet. So this toy line was still going when they were just needing for the next phase of toys, the toy line to come out, the next series, they needed a push. Filmation wasn't getting, and as a matter of fact, I don't know if Filmation was even still going at the time, which may have been part of it. But they needed that next big thing. So they were banking on the movie so they could sell a whole nother series of toys, which is why so to explain to those that don't know, this movie has made so many people mad because this isn't the Filmation He-Man that we know. This isn't Cringer and, all of Orko and the Castle Grayskull. Yeah. And there's a reason. They didn't own the rights to that.
Correct.
Filmation did. Mattel didn't own the rights to that. Filmation did.
So they only have select characters? That's why you have Tila, and that's why you have Man-at-Arms, which is great. Like, seeing Man-at-Arms in this type of adaptation, I believe. I'm like, yeah, this is what Man-at-Arms would be in an 80s action movie, He's just got so many guns galore, and he's got pockets everywhere.
Yeah. So what they had to base it on was the mini comic that originally came out with the action figures, which was basically He-Man was a barbarian who became the protector of Grayskull. And Tila was actually, the goddess. She was green.
It was really weird. Like she was, like her secret identity was Tila. And she was also the sorceress or something like that. That was the very early stuff. There were maybe 4 or 8 figures that started the series.
So you had the original He-Man, Man-at-Arms, Tila, Beastman, Skeletor, and Evil Lyn, I think, are the original 6.
Okay. That sounds right.
So that explains why this movie doesn't have Prince Adam.
Yeah, there is no Prince Adam because they didn't have the rights to Prince Adam.
Okay.
but you still get the core characters. It's also why Grayskull looks different, because Grayskull in the mini comic did not look like Filmation's Grayskull. They had a planned set for Snake Mountain for the movie, but budget couldn't do it.
Yeah, I imagine like doing something like that, or just even having like a matte painting. You know, that's what kind of shot I could.
They do reference Snake Mountain like twice in the movie,
Yes.
which I did enjoy. And then finding out that while Canon was behind this movie, the actual people putting the money behind it was Mattel.
Yeah,
Mattel put up a
fronted
huge chunk of money, to the point where I don't really know how much money Canon even actually put forward.
Yeah, because like it was supposed to be a 50-50 split, and then Canon being Canon went, well, you know, like you guys do your half first.
Oh,
like,
those guys.
and when that money was done, Canon went, yeah, we're not going to give
your
you
property, so maybe you should like continue it.
Uh-huh.
They are Parks and Rec. Money, please. That's what they are.
Well, they were stretching their funds and, you know, things of that matter. So
cocaine.
Of course. It was the 80s. Duh.
The big thing everyone takes from the Masters of the Universe was the next movies Canon tried to even just keep their heads afloat was like Cyborg and stuff like that, which used the canceled Masters of the Universe Part 2.
Which I didn't even know there was supposed to be a sequel until like reading up on this movie, and just the audacity to go, well, we're not going to cast Dolph or Frank Langella.
Dolph turned him down.
Yeah,
you're
Dolph.
two heavy hitters, like the two people, the reason why this movie works so well for me, you were not going to bring back. And like, it sounds like Dolph absolutely hated making this movie.
He does.
Sounds like it was a nightmare to make.
Very vocal about, Goddard said that there was constant stops to production. Like this was hell to get made. He fought to even finish the movie. Canon wanted the movie to end, fade to black. The fight, fade to black. They were happy with that.
Imagine not even giving like your hero his like satisfying victory.
Yeah.
And like as a kid seeing that and just be like, oh, that's so now what?
You know, had they faded to black on that, yes, let's end this, our final battle, boom, that could have led into a very nice sequel if you faded to black there.
Yeah, but there's no guarantees of that.
But there was no guarantee, and blah, blah, blah.
So
I go ahead.
One of the other things I was wanting to know, because I figured you would know, Charlie, and I was like, there's obviously I know Google exists and I can look it up, but I want to talk to you about it instead.
Sure.
That's way more fun.
That. Yeah, that's
the whole
fun.
point of a podcast. Talk to your friends.
Ask away.
They were setting up figures for this, and did they ever make figures of the movie characters?
Blade?
They did. They made Blade.
Yeah.
They made Saurod. They made Gwildor.
Yes.
That's not the figures I want, though. I want
Dude,
Skeletor and He-Man.
So they did not make a movie-accurate version of He-Man, Skeletor, or Karg, which was
What the hell? What were they thinking?
Not until I think Classics picked it up. And I think Classics...
Super 7 did.
Super 7 did it after, but Classics came before
Okay.
Super 7 took over the license. But even the first Karg figure, because they couldn't get the rights to the movie version of Karg, they had to get a comic book adaptation of the movie version of Karg, which was a different color.
Sounds so convoluted to do.
It's insane, man. It's crazy.
Especially like you have Skeletor, you know, change costumes. Like you're
God mode.
obviously setting up
God mode, right?
Having him having a different figure, you know?
So they did, Classics did that, and then Super 7 and then also did one. The closest we got, this was like, again, this is right at the tail end of the figures, was we got Laser Sword, He-Man, and Skeletor.
Oh, yeah.
Where
that was late.
They were late. They were lame. I even don't really care for them at all. And I mean, I definitely didn't like the next version of He-Man that came out. He was almost called Hero or something.
Yeah, Hero. That was a whole nother branch.
It didn't even have Skeletor or stuff like that.
Problems with this property in general is like my age being the younger one, and growing up with the He-Man that was introduced to like my generation was like the new hip He-Man. I was like, well, this one's kind of lame, you know?
Yeah,
he had like a different haircut and stuff. It was like, oh, this one sucks compared to the 80s one. You know, that was just
He-Man didn't get
fun.
badass again until they released the 200X version, which was in the 2000s, which I also have a row of those action
Nice.
figures. But yeah, I mean, this was essentially the last hurrah for a lot of us with He-Man. Now, and again, it did let a lot of people down because they expected Filmation He-Man. They expected it to be faithful to the cartoon that we all knew. Not every kid sat there and read through like, I don't even think the comics had words in the first runs.
There was narration, but not words.
Interesting.
There was a narrator, but if I remember right, because the comics came with the original toys, like those original
they were mini
6
comics.
all had mini comics in them, and I think it was just we can look it up, but I think it was just narrated. I don't think there was any dialogue in it.
I don't think there's word bubbles or anything like that.
No,
That's basically what it breaks down to.
This era of like the late 80s and the early 90s, though, is where Hollywood could not adapt properly of a existing property, you know?
Mostly it was technology.
Yeah, and the expectations of what we had as kids was that it was going to be exactly like the cartoon, or it's going to be exactly like the video game. And then when we got our final product and it wasn't like that, a lot of us are just left befuddled. Yeah. Now, what I think really works with this movie for like someone like me revisiting it for the first time in forever is I just see it as an entertaining, high production value fun ride, you know? Like, I'm not trying to compare it to its mid 80s cartoon counterpart. I'm seeing Dolph kick ass, and that's what I want.
Yeah. I think even for me at 8 years old, I don't know what it was. I never expected to see a live action cartoon. I was totally okay with what I saw.
That's why I liked the Super Mario Brothers movie as a kid, though, because I was just like, okay,
same.
This is cool. Because I was like 5. Of course I'm going to like it, you know?
I have that on DVD too. I love the Super Mario movie. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and go, it's the greatest movie ever made. I just enjoy it. I find the fun in it. And it's the same with the Masters of the Universe. Like, I get it. They're on Earth. Why is He-Man on Earth? For one, it's a budget. But two, it's like, yeah, okay, He-Man should be in Eternia the whole time. You know, Earth was almost never mentioned in the cartoon. I don't even know if it was.
80s charm to it now that he's in Earth, you know? And you
have it fits.
The key is a synth, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's like, how do you connect people to something? Like, say someone's never ever heard of He-Man and you put this fantastical thing on Eternia and they're sitting there going, I have no idea what's going on. Bring it to Earth. You're going to enhance your core audience a little
literally
bit.
Did Beastmaster 2 before Beastmaster 2.
I don't know. Was this before Beastmaster 2?
I think Beastmaster 2 was like 91, 92.
Was it 90? Really?
I think so.
It's been a lot later. I didn't look that up, but yeah, you're right. I mean, they do go in time, you know, so I think they even have a car involved with it somewhere.
So I'm the flip side of you guys completely. Yeah. So I got in early in 83, 84. I watched all the cartoons. I'm not sure if I saw any trailers. I just knew the movie was coming out, and I absolutely expected Eternia and maybe not a barbarian, but I was expecting Prince Adam and all Merman. I wanted to see Merman on screen. I wanted to see all those guys. Yeah. We had just got I want Orko, and you know that was complicated at that point in time to make. I'm sure, unless you just have a small person walking around in a big robe.
You do the owl from that movie that's named exactly.
Yeah, okay.
I know movie titles every once in a while,
and
you do that.
But
just a red Jawa running around.
That was my right. That's what I was thinking. But that was my problem with the movie. When I went to go see this movie, I was so let down that none of this. It took place in, I guess, Castle Grayskull at the very beginning. Question mark.
No, it's inside.
Okay. And then it went to Earth, and then it went back to Castle Grayskull. I just saw Conan the Destroyer, where Conan is wandering around the desert or fighting these beautiful monsters and having adventures. That's what I wanted from He-Man. I wanted more of the story from there, and I didn't get it. And I was just old enough to be pissed off about it. And I'm not saying that you guys weren't intelligent as younger people, but
I think that's exactly what he's saying.
I feel like,
Probably.
he's actually, he's
Kids-
insulting how my brain works and
in
how it
general,
functions.
children are stupid.
Not
I
wrong.
like to
And
think
I
that
was-
as
I was a
my
children at the
mom
time
said I was
myself.
very special and that I
What?
was very
Nate, you're
smart
still very
for my
special.
age.
Special little boy.
But that's my whole thing about this movie. When I saw this movie, it was just a big letdown. None of it, there was nothing in there that I wanted. And like you said, I was aging out of that franchise anyway. So I walked away from it. I said,
This would be the
was
final nail in the coffin for
pretty
you,
much.
basically.
Yeah, I walked away from it and never looked back at it until just a couple days ago when I watched it again. I think this is the second time I've seen it. So
And
yeah,
what I've always said though is I don't feel like you're unjustified in feeling that way. I can definitely see how if you thought you were going to get basically a live action cartoon, that this movie would have disappointed. Somehow it just didn't click that way with me, and I can't explain it because I watched the cartoon, I lived the toys, I reenacted the show, and I watched this movie going, well, yep, that's how you have to do He-Man live action. Totally makes sense to me, I guess, at 8 years old.
Hey, you know what, though? When it comes to, like, when you look at He-Man and what he looks like in the cartoon, his figure, you did damn well of finding Dolph to be He-Man. You know, like, even
I got
if
no
you were to
problem with Dolph
remake
being
it
He-Man.
today,
No.
like, I don't think there's anyone out there that could do what he did, you know?
I don't think so either, and it just sucks to like watch these things back and where they're like, yeah, we didn't want him, we were forced to
They
use
wanted
him.
to dub him, which is classic canon, but it's like, can you imagine?
He didn't have a good
dubbing
grasp of the
him?
English language at the time. So they had Canada had some justification for wanting to dub him. But frankly, listening to it closely after I caught that little bit of trivia, I listened pretty closely to his voice. And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. He did all right.
He's totally
well,
fine.
they gave him three chances.
It was
to
ADR, but
dub
it's
it.
fine. It worked.
Yeah.
Well,
So
like, if Canon were to produce this podcast, they would look at one of our faces and go, his voice doesn't match to his face, so we'll dub him for the podcast.
Yeah.
That's what they would do.
We'll let the audience guess which
My
one
face
that's
is
gonna
way
be.
too pretty for this voice.
Yeah. But yeah, but to me, you guys, I can't envision. You guys are killing me.
We're being good.
You're really good.
We're being well behaved gentlemen.
I think you are. I can't picture anyone else but Dolph. To me, that is He-Man. He had the build. I believed him being that way, being able to. I mean, he did all his own stunts, which really helped sell it to an 8-year-old kid.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
watching He-Man jump and flip and fight and throw, and you're seeing his face. Like, Cannon was really smart going, one, we're going to save money. Two,
Right.
who's going to stunt double Dolph Lundgren? And three, well, if we're going to use him, let's show his face during it so we really sell the fact that this is this guy doing all these amazing feats. And it's like, it worked. It worked for me, man. It works for me now, and I'm 43 years old, I still love it.
What amazes me at what works so well is how the hell do you pull off getting Frank Langella back then to do this? You know, because that dude is a lovely actor.
He's
I
a
absolutely
legend.
adore him. Yeah,
He
And,
did it for his grandkid, didn't he?
Yep.
Isn't that the rumor?
His son or grandson, I can't remember what
One
it
of the
was, but
two.
they watched He-Man, and he had the chance to play Skeletor, and the kid was ecstatic, so he had to do it. And Frank Langella had a lot of pull on how he did Skeletor. Like, they kind of gave him free reign on the direction he went with. He even down to the makeup. You know,
I
they
think
were like,
the makeup still looks great, and like the
It's
expressions that
fantastic.
you're getting out of his face are still fantastic. Like, they don't look super stiff. His costume looks great, like, and his voice. Now, to me, like, people could be mad about this in '87. The thing that I am still upset about from, like, what, 2008 would have been that first G.I. Joe movie with that damn Cobra Commander that we got. You know,
oh, crappy Cobra Commander. They couldn't even give us Silver Mask that they had to
couldn't
fix it
do
in the second
anything.
one.
Couldn't give Destro, you know, his chrome dome. Like,
Right. just to go back to Langelo's makeup, one of the things I found most impressive of it was even one of the other creatures, when they were talking through their prosthetics, it showed like he had cotton swabs in his mouth because the prosthetics were inhibiting his lips to move properly, where Langelo spoke in perfect articulation. So he must have had, like you said, if he had carte blanche for his makeup and how he acted as Skeletor, he damn well sat down with that makeup person and said, do not touch these lips. I need to speak clearly. And I really was impressed by how, with all that makeup that he had on his face, none of his words were mumbled or garbled at all whatsoever.
No.
Made me very happy. And why can't we get that all the time? Because too many times you get garbled voices.
The Beastman, which it works for the character, it didn't matter, but they said that the guy with even just the teeth prosthetics, he couldn't talk. He couldn't even, like, he would drool and fill up his prosthetic with drool at the end of the day. Karg is the one that sounds a little garbled up.
That's what it was.
Sauron doesn't really talk, but actually the bladder on his throat was controlled by the actor through a tube.
Neat.
So he could expand and contract it.
The way all the characters look, though.
I love the characters.
The way even Gwildor looks, I'm like, these guys all look sweet. Like
Blade is my dude, guys. That is my favorite character from the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And to the fact that they even put him in Revelations. And we cannot do a podcast without talking about the biggest star of the movie, and that's Pig Boy. Pig Boy is in this movie. Come on, boys. Y'all know
Pig
who Pig
Boy
Boy
won
is.
his way.
Legend
to the
of
movie.
Pig Boy. Yes.
The legend of Pig Boy, man.
Here I am thinking, all right, he's setting us up. The biggest star of the movie is Meg Foster's
Meg Foster.
eyes.
Yes, Meg Foster's eyes.
I'm going to talk about Meg Foster's eye because we already had her on the podcast once, and she got like knocked off way
Instantly.
too fast in that movie. So now I get true evil Lynn. There is no other evil Lynn. It's Meg Foster forever, man. Those eyes, those freaking eyes are it, man. She better have had them like insured for millions of dollars, like period.
They're mesmerizing. You can't help but just stare at her whenever she's on the screen.
And that's the biggest thing that sold it was I loved how everything looked, but Evil Lynn and Skeletor were probably the two most faithful characters in this movie, even to
without a doubt. I mean,
the cartoon.
And like, it's one of those things where like a movie really works when you have a really strong villain. That's what this movie has.
Mm-hmm.
Probably one of the strongest. I mean, for all its failures, even people that really kind of hate on this movie still go, Frank Langella was badass as Skeletor.
This movie also has an amazing claw, and as a person that's a very big claw machine fanatic, I mean, that's the type of claw that I want in my claw machines.
You want the Gwildor claw that helps you grab anything. It just can't hold. It can't hold on to it though, Nate. Once you go through that portal, it's going to drop that
so
prize.
What you do is you spend $1 to see how the claw works. Once you get an idea of how the claw works, you already know. All right, that $1's spent, but now my next $1, I'm getting that prize.
Yeah, and that prize is guaranteed got to be $5. So as long as I don't, as long as I only spend,
I'm still
$4,
coming up on top for that plushie.
Yeah. Nate's coming up aces on that claw machine on that.
I got profits over here. I got
I
lots
love
of
it,
cool
man.
stuff I've won from a claw machine. I don't know what to do with it.
I have no idea what to do with all this. Look at all this stuff.
The black market plushie is flush.
You will all laugh now, but when the market collapses and the only thing that rules is the claw machine plushie, I will be the millionaire.
Nobody tell him those things only cost like $0.25 to the guy that owns the machine.
I will be the master of the claw universe.
Yeah. I mean, we got Sorceress in this. I mean, I know she wasn't like the brightly colored from Filmation, but she was still like the white sorceress. I like that character of her. You know, as far as the Eternian characters, I don't have any complaints.
No, if anything, my complaint is Courtney Cox. How you gonna let Evil Lynn make you think that your mom is alive and just wants the magical key device? How you gonna fall for that, you idiot?
She dumb.
I wish it would have been treated more of an enchantment than trickery. You know what I mean? Like somehow Evil Lynn enchanted her and made her think she
that
saw
would
her
have been
mom.
way more believable instead of her going, "Mom's back. Hey guys, my mom's back. She wants this, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it and give it to her."
Later, taters, and runs off with the key.
And then when it's revealed to be Evil Lynn, she's like, "There's no way. How could I have fallen for such tomfoolery?"
I also want to be the guy that carries all the cool shit you need in this movie. Like Evil Lynn had a ray gun thing that could display what happened in the battlefield. So it's giant. Then they're tracking the key, which is a whole different machine to track the key. Then they bring out the thing to put around the guy's neck to tell the truth. Like they just keep handing things back. There's the where she holds a scepter looking thing that shows a 3D rendering of the key, and they hand that back to a guy behind them. It's like, I want to be that guy. This guy has like a backpack with all these cool accessories, and he just keeps handing them to the people. It's like, oh yeah, I have that. Hold on a second.
All these characters were made by Rob Liefeld, is what it feels like.
Damn it!
So many pouches.
Yeah.
So many pouches.
Terrible feet. None of them have realistic feet whatsoever, but pouches galore.
Well, if you pay attention, we don't really see anybody's feet in this movie, so
that's why they wear boots.
Rob Liefeld was involved with this, but I just now I can look at things and enjoy the novelty of it and the insanity of it, and still just go, I don't care. I love this movie. Like they're flying around basically on the skiff from Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, all they did was like, hey, let's add a back to it. That'd be cool.
A lot of it feels like Star Wars with like Skeletor's robots all being looking like white stormtroopers. They're wearing black armor stormtroopers. And that's only because He-Man was not technically allowed to kill anything on screen.
Mattel,
so they're like, we'll make it robots.
Yeah, they laid the hammer down going, He-Man
G.I.
can't
Joe.
kill. Yeah.
G.I. Joe cartoon was robots.
Nobody can die. You can't kill. And everyone's just like,
Turtles was the same way.
Movie.
The Foot were robots, weren't they?
No, well, in the cartoon.
That's what I mean.
Cartoon.
Yeah. In the cartoon,
second
they were robots.
Turtles movie, they weren't allowed to use any of their weapons.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So
They-
like
that was
they
so weird.
came in and said, no, they use stuff that's a lot like their weapons, but none of them actually use any of theirs. It's
Mikey
really
uses
annoying.
a yo-yo and stuff like that.
Yeah, like Italian sausages.
Yep. It's a great one. So yeah, I mean, it was a different time for toy manufacturers. You had to protect the image. I do know that towards the end where they were like, shit, I don't know if we're even going to get this movie out. Mattel put all their eggs in this, and they're like, we have to. They literally came to the point where they were like, we don't care. Kill everyone, blood, guts, sex. We don't care. We need this movie to come out.
Which I like all that stuff, but in this movie, it's like, no, I want the charm of what they did with this, I want the charm of laser guns, and I want, He-Man kicking these robots over and, making them shoot their blasters back at themselves.
He-Man was never an R-rated franchise. You know what I mean? While I would love a dark version of He-Man or something, like even in comic book form, I think it would be kind of cool. I wouldn't want it as a movie, especially when I was 8.
Like there's some stuff that doesn't need to be dark and gritty. Like I get why sometimes people want dark and gritty, but there's stuff was like, nah, just let it be fun. Well, if how else are you supposed to get kids into it to then eventually, graduate up to the dark, spooky, fun stuff or whatever, like you got to have some sort
you
of
need that gateway drug.
Yeah. You have to do it backwards. You make the R-rated movie, then you sell the kids the toys based on the R-rated movie.
And then you sell them the cartoon.
That's how all
RoboCop.
that works.
Toxic Crusaders.
Toxic Crusader.
All right, boys. Well, speaking of toys and merchandising and everything, I say it's a good time to go ahead and drop a commercial.
We're going to get our very own action figures, right?
I think there's companies we can do that with now.
We all have our little headsets on.
We can get our
come
pop
with
figures
mics.
for sure.
Yeah. We can be bobbleheads.
Pete comes with a 6-pack.
And that's not a fitness 6-pack. That's a fitting this in my belly.
It does have a kung fu grip, but it mainly just grips bottles.
Just holds on to that beer. All right, boys, let's hit this ad.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
Welcome to the Monster Movie Stomp Down with me, Stompy, and my little brother Frank.
Hi, I'm Frank.
Yes, you are. So join us, Sludge, Mark, and Ruben as we review monster movies from all around the world.
And don't forget about the monthly contest and trivia.
That's right, peasants. You'll find extra content like the Underdogs, Monster Mash Wednesdays, Friday Night Fights, each week exclusively on our Facebook and Instagram.
So please join us at the Monster Movie Stomp Down.
Your one-stop shop for monster movie reviews, interviews, news, contests, and of course, me, Stumpy.
And Frank.
What do we have here?
It's Castle Grayskull. And it's mine. Not so fast, Beastman. He-Man!
You can pit He-Man against Beastman playing for the power of Castle Grayskull. You have to put the castle together.
Beastman's escaping.
What's wrong, Dad? Dad, you saved the castle.
Castle Grayskull from the Masters of the Universe collection. He-Man and Beastman each sold separately from Mattel.
Is Snake Mountain ready to take on He-Man? Anytime!
Snake Mountain battle on with He-Man and Skeletor each sold separately. You put the mountain together. Batteries not included.
Is your serpent ready to strike? Yes. Come, He-Man. Come to Snake Mountain. If you dare.
Snake Mountain with Echo Microphone from the Masters of the Universe collection. Action figures each sold separately from Mattel.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling, the podcast that's based on the old school but can still help you find the good stuff from today. Jimmy Street and the Plastic Sheik, Jared, are the undisputed tag team champions of the wrestling podcast world. From thought-provoking topics to superstar interviews to action figure expertise. This team does it all, and all they ask is, give me back my pro wrestling! Every other Thursday, wherever you listen to podcasts.
We now return to the Transformers.
Well, Nate, thanks to that awesome segue before our commercial break, it reminded me that I gave everyone homework for my birthday episode.
Yeah.
So I thought it would be kind of fun because we all have some type of connection to He-Man. You know, even though Nate was a little bit, younger to us, but he was, not in that
one of those.
vein
He was
of it.
there. I acknowledge he was there.
Nate was like, I'm aware of this man of he. So
even like your excitement though for when the toys were getting relaunched, these past couple summers, like it was still fun to see that like in our chats, and then to see like our buddy Mark like, hey, I found this one. Do you have this one yet?
Yeah, when it was like
a journey,
this wasteland of trying to even find these things because of distribution. So it was also always fun when we'd get like messages popped up.
And then like there was one day we were recording, it was on a Saturday, and after it was over I was like, oh, I really got nothing else going on, I might go to this thing called PowerCon. And you lit up and you're just like, go do it. And like I went and I was like, oh, I didn't realize PowerCon was mostly He-Man, so I feel a little foolish here.
You didn't have me holding your hand.
There was some, Grayskull store that looked really sweet, and they had a Rambo toy set that I really wanted.
Yep. No, it's awesome stuff, man. It's straight up my childhood. So what I did was I had everyone come up with what they would call themselves as a character from He-Man, and also come up with names for each other and see how close we are at picking He-Man names. And He-Man, good guy, bad guy, it doesn't matter. Basically add Tor, Man, anything to the end of something, you're pretty much there. So Nate, let's see. Why don't you come up with your names for me and Pete?
All right. So for Charlie, I had Lumwood. And basically, Lumwood. You are going to have a giant club that you wield.
Oh.
And you're able to manipulate and beat wood like any other being in the universe.
I appreciate that.
Yep, you're welcome. Your beating wood skills are unfathomable.
I was about 8 or 10 years old, so it checks out.
Makes sense, right?
Just learn how to do that.
Yep. The formidable years.
Don't keep it, classy in the shower at least. When you're bringing your wood, it can't be wet for that long.
Yeah, wet wood kind of droops.
Dampers it.
It's wrinkly.
So you do have a +5 in crafting skills.
Oh, Nate even gave us skill sets.
I gave you a +5 in crafting, and you're gonna have like a log for a helmet.
For a helmet.
Yeah,
helmet.
Can you imagine like Charlie's face, and then there's a log there, and it like pinches off at the neck.
My helmet's a log. I dig it. Okay,
it's big, it's heavy, it's wood.
That's right.
It's better than bad. It's good.
Slog. Okay.
Now, for Pete, I have
Yes.
Brewman, but it's BREW, as in bionic ramming erectile weapon man. Now, you're going to have a bottle-shaped helmet that is perfect for ramming things down, but it's also kind of flaccid.
Oh.
Well, you do have but you are bionic ramming erectile weapon man.
Sure.
So that's why. You also have a weapon like the Skeletron from Turbo Kid, but instead of shooting saws, they just shoot bottle caps, and they're not saw size bottle caps.
We
They're
have a
regular
gun
size
that's
ones,
just that.
and they come out at like a very average speed.
Jeez, just they annoy.
Yeah. But if you get one in someone's eye, they're going to be really upset.
So it's literally like the toy action we grew up with, where it just launched the little discs.
Just enough. Yeah. And there's different beer caps that he's collected. And because you are a brewer, you're alchemy, so you can make toxins.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What about for yourself, Nate? Did you get one? Do you describe yourself?
Oh, yes. For me, I am Zyter.
Zyter.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah. I play a lot of D&D. Used to. Haven't played it in a minute. I am a wizard that can't cast spells because I do not finish reading any of my spell books. Much like when I go and buy an actual book going, I'm going to read this, and then I don't. Now, I do have a magic staff that Lumwood had crafted from me from his private wood selection.
It's nice of me.
It was very nice of you. And I am allergic to cheese, but I refuse to stop eating cheese.
That I can confirm.
Yes. So that is my Masters of the Universe podcast collection.
That's well done. I like that.
Yes.
All right.
Who goes next?
Pete, grace us with your list.
Okay. Well, I'm going to start with my description of myself.
Oh, okay.
All right. And I'm going to finish up with you two knuckleheads. My name in the He-Man universe is Juachi, which in Eternian is the word for the number 18. Now, even at his advanced age, Juachi is able to bed maidens as if he were still a virile 18-year-old, which is an experience that has often been described as awkward, over too quick, and always usually inevitably ending up with someone crying.
Fair.
Juachi carries around a sack full of names of all the unfortunate partners he has sexually disappointed. It is a very, very large sack.
Oh, wow.
Nate.
It's a bag of holding. It's unlimited.
Right. Nate is Obfuscator. Wrapped in the cloak of Vanta Black, Obfuscator is the perfect assassin, having command of the most absolute black color ever produced. Obfuscator needs no weapon. If you are unfortunate to fully gaze into the void of his cloak, your soul will be consumed, adding to the power of the Vanta Black.
God, I'm metal as shit.
Dig it.
Now, Charlie.
Uh-oh.
Charlie is Top. He is a literal giant of both body and heart. His kindness and big personality have enabled him to assemble one of the greatest podcasting teams in the known universe. Top always has his trusty magic gauze on his person for when he bonks his head on doorways or when nasty ceiling fans chop off part of his melon.
Oh my, that's happened. I can confirm. I've been hit by
Oh,
many a ceiling fan.
top, you.
top. God.
Better than Battle Axe, maybe?
I did like. We'll have to read them Battle Axe when we're done
I can
with
read you
this.
Battle Axe later.
Yeah. So I love where you guys. I had no idea where you guys were going to take this when I put this out there. So in my mind, when I did this, I went more for actual action figures. So I did it as if you guys had
these
like
are very. You could do these as action figures.
Well, you'll understand more when I read what mine are. So Nate is Fistnado, and he has a denim vest armor.
Oh,
because he's always got his denim vest with his metal patches on it. And he's like the action figure Cyclone, but he has the fists of Fisto that they're doing the metal horns. So he has the spinning metal horns. So you spin his action figure around and he just goes in circles with his metal horns, poking eyes and everything.
I like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I dig this.
Nate was really close to my Pete one. I went more Brutor, and instead of it being Brute, it's Brew, B-R-E-W.
I get that.
And his actions are he has first he has the keg throwing action. So he comes with little mini kegs, and you pull his arms back, and they both fling it, like the Power Slam action figures. But he also comes with, I don't know if you remember, there's when they introduced the Snake Men into the toys, there was one called Cobra Khan, and you would fill him up with water and you'd push his head down and he'd spit water. So Brutor comes with puking action. When he's had way too much, you push his head down and he pukes at the enemy with his alcoholism. So and with me, Nate got close. Nate and I were kind of on the same thing here, but I went, and this is a name I've had for a while. This is what dawned on me as I am Carpentor. I have a saw blade sword and a giant hammer, and I am able to make wooden replicas of myself as decoys for the enemy as I sneak up behind them. But I am Nate did woodman. I like that, but also it's Carpentor. I'm
Carpentor.
Yeah, we were all kind of in the same realm, though.
I think we got the feel.
Well.
Nate with metal, Pete with beer, and Charlie just being a giant dude that swings hammers and wood and everything else.
How much you play with wood, this makes sense. So I feel like we nailed it.
Good job. Congratulations all around. We did actually.
We all won. Yay.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have talked about toys and the making of. We really haven't talked about the movie a whole lot.
Well, I mean, what else to say other than He-Man kicks a lot of ass?
He does, man.
I mean, the introduction of him kicking ass and just knocking out all these robots and seeing the mighty sword being swung. It's awesome.
Yeah, at that point, you're still kind of like, yeah. Even the people that didn't know what to expect, think it was going to be the cartoon. I have to believe even at that first moment, you're kind of like, because you're on Eternia. You have the desert scene like Pete was wanting. Yep. You're having like these troops coming at you, even though you're kind of like, I don't know what these troops are. That's not in the cartoon. Which, to be fair, Hordak did end up with robot troops later on.
Oh, yeah.
He had the Horde troop. So, yeah, this movie starts out, bam, action. And I love that about it. We're introduced to Gwildor real fast. Also, there's comedy involved. Like they're making jokes left and right about things, which back in my day, I remember we didn't have to lock our doors. I love the just the little quips in this movie.
Well, the movie does make sure to establish every character's name because, like, when they do say man at arms, like I lit up, like, oh, cool, you know, like Tila.
And he has the shoulder pads and the bigger armor like he had. And Tila, I'm sorry, I'm sure she didn't want to run around half naked half of the movie, so they put her in something that was more tactical, which I had never had a problem with. They still accentuated a lot of Tila in this movie, even though she's basically in a jumpsuit. You know, Peter can, admit we all three watched a movie called Death Spa, and in the group chat, I went, "Holy shit, it's Tila!" And Pete's like, "Really? Where?" And he has to go find where Tila is. Yeah. But I was like, I knew that smile. I knew who that character was, and it's like, who knew we were
exactly when I saw Tila, excuse me, for the first time in this Master of the Universe, when she smiled that very first time, I went, I remember her in Death Spa now for sure, because that's what I remember about everyone in Death Spa is their smile.
I was being serious about the smile, but I know where you're going about the smile. Pete's like, she had a face? What? I have no idea what her face looks like.
But, like, you get into this massive shootout, and if anything, that was the weirdest thing for me. It was like seeing He-Man with a blaster pistol,
Yep. That was very weird. It was...
And I
won't say it was
because he's going
off-putting,
against
but...
a bunch of enemies that are shooting at him. So I'm guessing they were thinking, like, well, how would he get close enough with his sword? Like, he's got to have a way to fight back.
But they drop it immediately, and he starts deflecting too. So I was happy with that. I will say though, as a child that reenacted everything, He-Man ended up with a blaster quite a bit in my playtime.
Oh, sure,
that's fair because you found that perfect stick that looks like an L.
The stick is a sword. The stick is a gun.
But even the action figures, like my He-Man would have a blaster from time to time. I mean, he really. They even came up with like the characters that had like special weapons because they wanted to resell on the molds that they had already made. So you had like Thunder Fist, He-Man, spinning, all this.
Almost everybody was the same from the neck down. And
dude, it's so fun to look and see, like, oh, Stinkor has Skeletor's feet, and Merman is Stinkor with a different paint job,
right?
And like Moss Man is Beastman but covered in flocking. What the flock? Yes, I know my He-Man characters. I'm sorry,
you definitely do. I know He-Man and Skeletor.
He knows of them. Yes,
I know they exist. I know that one of them has a throne.
I thought it was really funny when the movie opened. I swear to God that they were stealing the 78 Superman theme song.
Yes. Oh, I felt that too.
Away. I'm like, whoa, are you? And then not 3 minutes later in Castle Grayskull, they played or almost played the Imperial March from Star Wars as Skeletor's
both. Yes, I heard both.
Okay, it wasn't just me then. All right.
Yes,
I knew what to not shamelessly rip off, I guess, in its own way.
Well, they're like, well, we have Superman now. How much trouble can we actually get into? And Star Wars, everyone's ripping it off nowadays. We're just going to be one other drop in the bucket.
Yeah,
they'll never come
harm, no foul.
Drop it up or down a key and add an extra input in it. Yeah,
exactly.
Star Wars doesn't have a key that makes synth noises. Might as well jump.
Oh, by the way, this when they were not diddling. That's the wrong word. When they were trying to, not the word.
No, wrong word. We don't diddle. We don't.
God. No. When they were trying to get the, I don't know, the musical coordinates back to Eternia.
Yeah.
And they would get it right. I swear to God, that is some production company's opening theme. Like it's when you see Orion or TriStar or something, when that music plays, I swear to God, it is, it's not MGM, but it's something like that.
I think it's Orion that has that very tingy type thing.
I'm like, that is spot on for some other production company.
I would love to know if there is like a multi-billion-dollar company that like, we need a soundbite. They're like, well, we'll just take the one from Masters of the Universe 1987.
I mean, it's it's canon. Who's going to sue you at this point?
Right.
I mean, honestly, who's going to copy strike you? I don't even know who's actually doing the distribution on that right now. But
like when the movie does get to Earth, I mean, it's hysterical to see these characters like trying to get fried chicken.
I love that. I love that whole thing.
I was so disappointed that wasn't KFC. I cannot. Even
How was that not
because
KFC?
there was a Burger King and a Lazy Boy reference in the movie, or product placement in the movie. How was this not KFC, for heaven's sakes? Isn't KFC and Burger King the same company or something? Or is that Pizza Hut? I forget.
KFC and Long John Silver's usually
okay.
Those are the same.
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
The same when I worked there. But yeah, no, I love the whole. And again, it's the comedy where they're all sitting around eating, and Tila realizes that it used to be alive. You know,
even first
it's a
arriving
double
on
meat
Earth,
burger,
and it's a cow, and they're like, "Oh,
yeah,
this
maybe
beast.
I can communicate with it." Moo.
He starts mooing at him. Who doesn't moo at?
I'm rolling, and my wife is rolling her eyes. I can tell you
for
that
sure.
right
Yeah,
now.
for sure. I giggled and rolled my eyes all at the same time. I think I got whiplash.
And I can tell you guys right now, like the people that wouldn't be like, He-Man is riding around in a pink Cadillac in a good portion of the movie.
Which
I would buy that toy.
Boss.
Yeah,
my pink Cadillac. That is boss, baby.
My
Man.
He-Man rode around in a powder blue 57 Chevy that my sister had for her Barbies. So it happens, people. He-Man will ride in anything that he
you
can
are a
get
kid.
in.
You play with whatever toys are around with you. So you know what? If He-Man has to team up,
Oh
in
my
a pink
God,
Cadillac,
was
gonna happen?
He fit.
Do you think that was the thought process behind the pink Cadillac? I mean, that's what you have as a toy laying around.
It's Mattel, dude. Think about it. Why not?
It's canon. That's canon now, not just the production company, but that's
that is
that's
actually
canon.
what they were doing.
Canon's canon. Damn it! I love that. Yeah. Hey, you know what car He-Man drives? Whatever the car he freaking wants to.
Whichever one Gwildor can automatically fix and build an entire new propulsion system, while they only have so many Glarklons until the moon is in its
The Glarkons
zenith.
have to go with the Mukans to travel.
I got a question. So here's my question of the biggest plot hole in this movie.
There's none.
So Skeletor is going to take control of Castle Grayskull at the moon's zenith, right?
Yes.
That's when the sorceress gets is drained of all of her power. So He-Man gets a key to the cosmic entity, the cosmic key to whereversville, and then disappears. Why does Skeletor have to follow him? What does hubris? Fair. Okay.
He's a cocky son of a bitch.
I feel like they spell it out pretty well in this movie that
you need me or something like that. It's Batman and Joker. I get that.
It's never about. It is about Skeletor wanting the ultimate power.
But Skeletor could have kicked back with a beverage and waited for the moon to hit its peak, and then gone to Earth to find He-Man after he is God.
It's why he says you can do whatever to anyone else, but you bring He-Man back to me alive. He has to break He-Man in front of the people of Eternia. He has to not only dominate, but crush everyone's souls. And you only do that by taking out their beloved hero, the master of the universe in everyone's eyes.
I suppose.
That's He-Man. So it is Skeletor always in the cartoon, in everything. Skeletor's undoing is because he has to get He-Man.
Skeletor's undoing is Skeletor.
Yeah. You bumbling fools.
The yin to the yang. Okay. I'll let you
He-Man. Yes, plot hole as far as movie goes. Had he not done anything, roll credits as soon as they got shipped back to Earth.
And then you don't have a movie.
If anything, it's Skeletor sitting around the throne like, well, that problem really just solved itself. So, I guess we'll just wait.
He's got the staples. Well, that was easy button.
There's no way he's going to want to come back to Eternia. So, I guess we did it. Job well done.
Yeah. Job well done, guys. Is that what we're calling it? I think we're going to call it early. Everybody take 5.
I got Skelebeers
I got the
for
first
everyone.
round. Let's go.
Right. Just the after the credits is just Skeletor just pacing around Castle
That's the
Grayskull.
post-credit scene.
That's the
I'm
post-credit
so
scene.
lonely.
Evil is lonely, right?
That's is the loneliness of good the same as the loneliness of evil or something like that is
Right.
what he says. A freaking Frank Langella line, dude. I mean,
he
come
threw,
on.
Cannon wasn't smart enough to write that line. So, Frank Langella.
Cannon
threw
wasn't
that in
smart
for
enough
giggles.
to write any of this movie.
Right.
Let's be
No.
honest.
What Cannon knew was, all right, we have a teenage girl and her boyfriend, ex-boyfriend. They're at the local dance. What if we blow it up? What if we just start shooting it all? That's what Cannon does, all right?
Oh yeah,
True.
and her
Yeah, that's what they're good
parents
at.
are dead. Like that's awesome to drop in every kid's lap. Like, I'm leaving and all this. Why is she leaving? I'm gonna go visit my parents at the cemetery.
Oh, my
shit.
God. It's almost a Hallmark movie, for heaven's sake.
It really is. Like the movie really picks up when Beastman and Blade start going to town in the gymnasium.
It's
That's
so awesome though when they're in that gymnasium, just like it's all catching on fire. They're just shooting literally everything and slicing and dicing, and then just to have that introduction to the Detective Lubick,
Oh, you
and
mean
him not believing anything that's going on around
the
him.
principal from Back to the Future?
Oh
Yes.
my God, that guy! He plays
Slackers.
He plays the same character every time, doesn't he? I've not seen him.
Yeah, I
in
feel like
some
angry
sort of
bald guy.
angry
is
bald
just
guy,
his
right?
thing.
He really had the you had Al Leong, who's the best henchman, but angry bald guy is the Lubick or whatever
He's
his
just
name was.
James
sifting
Tolkien.
through Variety, looking for jobs. Like, oh, angry bald guy, I can do that.
I heard you sons of bitches need an angry bald guy. Well, guess what? And he rips off his wig. I'm your man.
Thought he had hair the whole time.
Oh, God. This guy's so good.
Oh,
You want to know my favorite images in this entire movie is, fellas?
Yes.
What is it? What is
It's Skeletor floating into Earth on his, spaceship.
on his yacht?
Yeah, on his,
On his
yeah,
space
space
yacht.
yacht.
His yacht. Yeah.
And in the background, there's a shot of a Hallmark shop.
Yeah.
I mean, what better
I missed the
way
Hallmark.
to give you an image of evil than to have the evil of Hallmark behind evil of Skeletor?
The evil
it is evil.
corporation of Hallmark. Yes.
There's one key element that I adore even more now as an adult, that to know what He-Man is and what he stands for, and when you see a character that is inherently good, that should come across in a movie. And that moment does happen whenever he runs into Courtney Cox in this. Like, she's being chased down by
Oh yeah, sure.
people shooting guns at her left, right. And this, I mean, let's face it, if someone the size of Dolph Lundgren jumps out in front of you with no shirt on, I don't know if I'm going to be, feeling all warm and gooey inside. I
would be very confused.
But I like how where she's still panicked, but yet she calms down fairly quickly. And to me, it's just something about that is He-Man. That should be something that his character is capable of.
He projects a calming, because he's very chill the whole time. Say, hey, calm down. It's okay. It's all right. And say, shut up, woman.
That's a good point. He is
he's not being
very
condescending.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and he looks him right in the eye, not at her boobs. He looks her right in the eye and says, hey, it's okay. What's going on? I'm here to help. And she does start to panic because this mountain of a man has just popped out of nowhere, like you said, with no shirt on.
Yeah. But it's almost like as soon as she gets over that part, because he's basically like kind of carries her a little bit, she's at ease with He-Man. She's like, that is the guy that's going to protect me. Like, she can just
picks
tell.
her up like a teddy bear. Like, she doesn't weigh anything.
I
Courtney
love
Cox,
that.
not necessarily a big person. Dolph Lundgren, giant person.
Giant dude.
But
giant man covered in oil.
Right. For a human to pick up another human as easily as he does, that's disturbingly strong.
But it was just something about how that makes you feel. Like whenever He-Man's like, and when you're talking like how he never like raises his voice when he comes after the key and faces off with the bald, angry cop man. He's totally chill and calm.
Totally,
He's like,
the whole time.
look,
just
you
chill.
have no idea what's getting ready to happen. That is my key. You need to give that back to me. I'd really appreciate it. And he never raises his voice until he raises his arm. That's later. But
Right.
even when he's like talking, arguing with Skeletor towards the end, there's never this anger in He-Man.
I'm glad that you mentioned that because he is getting whipped the shit out of him with a laser whip, which if the kid from Puppet Master 2 would have had that laser whip, I don't know if he would have beat Torch.
I think the kid should have been the one whipping He-Man. That's how that little
honestly
was.
though, like the skills that kid had, he should have been the one that won the Masters of the Universe competition and not Pig Boy, and then he could have been the one that got to whip He-Man.
That's true. And speaking of the whipping, because Blade is whipping him, did anyone else notice how happy Blade is to carry the power sword?
He is so happy.
No.
Oh, you didn't see? He is literally cuddling the sword when they walk into the throne room.
Oh yeah,
like he's holding it. It's straight up and down, and he's holding it to his chest. Yes, like a baby, and smiling.
Oh,
although
great.
I have to say, if I was the actor and I'm getting to hold He-Man's sword, I'm going to look the same way.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm holding He-Man's sword. That's what I'm
cool.
doing.
I have the power. Hey, everyone, look at me. Power. It's mine.
It's swinging it around the throne room.
I got this. Yeah, he's just like destroying all the props. Like, please, sir, stop.
He's thrusting at it, pushing his hips out at Skeletor.
Yeah.
Check out what I got.
Look at my power, baby.
Ride the power. No, we're not with that bit. We're done with that bit.
I got the power.
As He-Man's getting, whipped and Skeletor's yelling at him to kneel, and just like his refusal to do so, the calm, cool collectedness of it all. And like when you show his back, I mean, it is bloody because it's a laser whip. A freaking laser.
Laser whip. And the only other blood is we get a bloodied up Beast Man for a lot of the movie where his head's cut open. But we're talking about the whipping thing. Frank Langella is selling a version of Skeletor that you don't expect. He is wincing every time that whip hits He-Man's back. He's not even looking at He-Man when it's happening. You would think he'd be reveling or enjoying it, and it's not how he's selling it. He is like literally like, this is my foe. This is supposed to be my equal, and he is just taking these lashings. It's almost like this isn't the end I foresaw.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is not how it was supposed to go down. Like, if anything, we should be both going down, killing one another, and yet how easy it was to catch him.
That's a superior actor.
It was because he made the deal. Like he leaves everyone on Earth because he goes, as long as they're alive, He-Man is bound by his word.
Yes,
that he will not try to escape. So Skeletor knew what he was doing, and that's why I love the Frank Langella angle of this whole thing. But he plays it so Shakespearean, and if you just watch him in all his roles, don't pay attention to anything else. So many nuances in what he does that as a kid, I didn't give a shit about. Now I'm like, this is freaking deep, man. I love it even
You're
more.
the only one to go, there's art in Skeletor.
I'm telling you, go back and watch it. Like, I'm serious. I am not trying to oversell this. Frank Langella goes.
I love how much that you see in this, because like what I had saw was just like, hell yeah, like Skeletor's got him. Now what, bitch? You're mine. You're in my house. You in Skeletor's domain.
Well, even when he gets the power, he's like, now you're nothing. You're like the buzzing of flies to Vigo, but it's this, he's like, now you are lesser than me. He plays it so well. He plays it as what I would expect, not the bumbling Skeletor we know from the cartoon, but someone who is maniacal, Hitlerish, I can at least say that, where you're just trying to dominate an entire people and rule not only a world, but an entire galaxy and universes and time itself as, the Skeletor god. Frank sells it, man. And I love the ending of this movie.
Oh, the whole ending with the half of the pink Cadillac being able to come to
Right.
Eternia.
You had to
or
have
cover.
a play set show up.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. And then to have our angry bald man with his shotgun blasting away robots. But
yeah,
like you have those giant pillar statues that He-Man is hiding behind, and he's picking them up and then, launching
them over.
not
Yeah.
launching, but pushing them
Yeah,
over
he pushes it over
on
yeah.
the people. It's just like you can feel his might as he's doing that.
Oh, there's no point. I don't believe Dolph Lundgren having the power of He-Man in this movie. Like I believe him throwing people as easily as he is
He's
into the
swinging
pit.
on like not rope, but
It was
like
like
It was a
curtain.
streamer or a
Yeah.
curtain. Yeah.
and
Drapery,
kicking foes
if you will.
into
That did make
what
me
I-
laugh quite a bit. That was like he's got his Errol Flynn on there. That was great.
Yeah, there's that swashbuckling
That's
part
very
of things as a kid
swashbuckling
when you're
for sure.
watching it.
Yep.
What kid did not want to ride a rope or curtain and swing and like kick their little brother?
Oh
Hey, we
yeah.
had vines in the woods, man. You did that. You would run and jump on a vine and swing. Like I could reenact everything on it. And all of this action culminates into the moment of the movie. The moment every kid is waiting for, whether you're hating it at the time or loving every second of it, is when He-Man goes for his sword.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know what's about to happen. You know what he's about to say. Skeletor knows if he gets that sword. And they're not playing it up like it's the sword of power. Because in the mini comics, it wasn't the sword of power. It was just the power of Grayskull.
It's more like he
was
knows
what you
if
were going
he
for.
gets this sword, like, shit.
It's kind of like he can
Yeah.
harness the energy of Grayskull in the movie, basically, because it does light up and everything. And then he is the equal to Skeletor, pretty much. And that battle. And for those that have seen or maybe not seen the special about these things, the behind the scenes, when they clash at first, it was planned for the set to go dark because that was at the time that they didn't think they were going to be able to finish the movie. And Goddard was like, fade it to black. Worst case scenario, they roll credits like what Cannon wanted, but hopefully I can convince them to let us film and make it as if it's only He-Man and Skeletor fighting in the void. And that's basically what did have to happen, is they wrapped the movie with no ending, and he had to basically beg for money. And then they got Dolph and a stand-in for Frank Langella for the final battle.
It was
Frank.
the fight coordinator, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
really?
one of the fight coordinators. And they do the final fight and everything to the point like Skeletor was supposed to fly out the window into the into space, not fall into a pit. They didn't even have the entire set for that final thing. That set was the largest set in Hollywood at the time. There was
sound
no
stages.
It's insane to
Yes.
think about that a Masters of the Universe movie had one of the largest sets ever
yes.
at that time.
So a lot of it was taken down, so they had very minimal they could try and do, which is why they do the thing where Skeletor falls, a la the Emperor and Star Wars.
As a kid, though, like I know I always loved a movie that would end with like the big final sword fight, whether
Yeah.
it be Highlander, Return of the Jedi, just being a kid
Yeah.
and like waiting for, Luke and Vader to have that final
You
clash.
had to have it. It
Yeah,
was necessary. It still blows my mind that Cannon was like, let it fade to black. I'm
Yeah.
like, I get what you guys do. Once the movie's made and done, you've already sold it. That's the thing of Canon. When a movie's being made, they've already sold it, and they technically already have the money for it.
Yeah, they don't really
So,
care at that point.
They don't give a shit if it's crap at the end of it. And because most of the money was Mattel's, they didn't even give a shit about them. They're like, well,
Which is
movie's
so crazy
done.
for them to
Did
be
our
like,
part.
well, we're already going to start planning a sequel. Like,
Right.
that's the canon playbook,
that's
though.
the canon playbook, man. If you have something, you go and you just keep going. And really, the only reason they ended it with Cyborg was because they had a young up and comer named Jean-Claude Van Damme ready in the wings to get into a movie that he could lead. And we got, unfortunately, we lost Albert Pune, towards the end of 2022, but quite possibly one of his greatest movies he did was Cyborg. But there's all the history of canon. There's a great documentary.
Oh my gosh,
the
It's so
Electric
good.
Boogaloo, the story of canon.
We've
It's
talked about it at lengths before, and
so
I think even our
marvelous.
Highlander episode.
Might have been that one, but
if you haven't seen it, spend the money, go watch it. It is
yes,
cuckoo crazy pants. I love it. It's
Yep.
such a good story.
it comes with a box set of canon movies. I think Walmart was selling for a while, or I think
Oh,
I think you can even get it.
I would have
on,
bought that.
Oh, I bought it. I
I
bought
know
my
you-
dad
I-
one, and I
yeah.
bought one. But yeah, it was only like $20 at.
I would have bought
Walmart,
that.
and it was like 10 canon movies and the documentary, so it was a decent bargain. Well, boys, we're at the end of He-Man.
Oh,
my birthday
no.
episode.
I'm enjoying this too much.
It's been fun, man. This is a special occasion type episode, but believe it or not, we have a body count for He-Man. You guys ready for the body count?
Oh, I bet it's going to be a really high
It's like
body count.
2.
Robots count.
Oh, if robots count, then
Yeah.
it's going to be high.
Yeah.
Leave anything for us?
Just bodies. Body count. Body count. Body count. Body count.
Yes, in fact, robots do count. Otherwise, we'd only have like single digit deaths in this movie.
Fair.
But it's 43. We have a body
Were
count
those
of
all from
43.
He-Man?
No, because
Oh, okay.
Skeletor
The group.
killed Saurod.
Yeah.
Blade, Saurod.
I'm sorry.
S-A-U.
Getting my franchises mixed up. I
R-O-D.
apologize.
Saurod. And
Can you imagine if Canon did Lord of the Rings?
Oh my god!
You know what? You know what? I want to see it.
Jean-Claude Van Damme as Gandalf.
Now I want to see that. Oh yeah.
Oh no!
Chuck Norris
no,
is Sauron.
No. Bilbo Baggins is going to be Jean-Claude Van Damme.
That means Bilbo's got to show his butt.
I'm okay with that.
Why can't it be Aragon? Why are you guys going with some of these weird characters for Jean-Claude?
Nah, Aragon doesn't make sense for Claude. Like, this is more of a. He's definitely more of a hobbit or a wizard.
The Ranger doesn't make sense.
No,
Aragon's like Chuck Norris, right?
Oh yeah, that could be it.
Yeah, because he's got the beard.
Chuck Norris should be Gimli then.
No. Well,
All right, he plays dual roles.
Just save one.
We're Eddie Murphying this with Jean-Claude
Yeah.
Van Damme plays every character in the Lord of the Rings. I can't wait to see his take on Erwin. That's gonna be amazing.
Yeah,
all
I
right.
paid to see that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. So yeah, 43 is our body count on that. So is there a kill of the week?
No.
Honestly, I could not find one because they're all pretty much just like that guy gets shot, that guy falls down.
pew.
There's nothing
Bang,
like
bang, bang.
crazy, and even Skeletor falling into a bottomless pit.
Ain't that great?
All right, then no kill of the week.
It feels weird, but also this is property based on a kids film or kids show where
Yeah,
people
that's
never
a good
die. They
point.
only get really big boo-boos.
Really big. That's it, man. Although, instead of a kill of the week, the wound Courtney Cox gets, I remember as a kid being fairly
that
grossed
gross
out.
ass
by that.
leg burn.
Sure.
Yeah, the leg burn, and
That's
it's
good.
bubbling up when they put the wet cloth on it. Ew. We'll throw in an ooh on that.
The ooh of the week.
The ooh of the week.
In
We'll
place
go
of the
with
kill
that.
of the week. I think that's fair.
That works. All right, guys. Let's rate this bad boy.
Okay.
All right, Pete. Let's start with you, Mister.
God.
Started with you. You started with He-Man with us first. You were the first one to
Okay.
be introduced to He-Man,
right.
so you rate it first.
I think I would have rated this much higher had I watched it with you two, or even one of the two of you.
Well, that's a guarantee.
For sure.
yeah,
For
definitely.
sure. I think I've come up on it since I watched it. But this is a 5. This is a movie. It's okay.
Not what I expected.
I want to go a little bit lower, but frankly, you talked me up a little bit.
Look at us go.
I think it was around a 4, and then yeah, you're right. That Eternia set piece is pretty good. and there was some pretty interesting acting choices. And okay, so it gets a 5, and yep,
Fair.
that's what you get.
Fair. Nate, what are you giving Masters of the Universe?
I'm gonna go with a 7 because I had a lot of fun with this. I did, like, it was really cool to revisit this. As I was counting it up for 23 of Dolph Lundgren movies, I've got to kind of scale it back of how many I want to cover because all this did make me go, oh, we should cover this. Oh, we should cover that. Like next thing I know, I was like, oh god, I got like 7 Dolph Lundgren movies tied up for like
Oh no,
2023. We can't do that.
Oh no,
We
don't
just
do that to
came
yourself.
off of doing Universal Soldiers, so we can't do that.
Yeah, but this is a birthday pick,
This is
so
a
we're
birthday
allowed
pick,
to be a
so
little
it's allowed.
close. Yeah.
But this is just dumb, fun 80s. Like,
Yeah.
and I think it knows it. I think it's a shame that because of the time of when it came out, where it was coming off of a dying product, you're coming off, 7 years after Star Wars, that like,
yeah,
the audience was not prepared. They weren't ready for this,
They
The
weren't ready for
highbrow
what
art.
they got. They
Yeah.
they weren't ready for what was presented to them.
But
So.
you know what it reminded me of? I remember being a kid and not liking the Street Fighter movie, but then revisiting that as like a teenager, like in high school, and having a lot of fun with that
Oh,
one.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, like
I
I
agree
feel
with
like this is kind of like that same vein where it's like, oh, I could see her as a kid being disappointed possibly, but going back and revisiting, I'm like, nah, this is fun. Like there wasn't any like moments either where it slowed down. I was like, I'm really bored. Like I wasn't on
No.
my phone. I wasn't playing like on my Switch or anything. Like I was having fun on the couch, eating, snacking, watching He-Man kick the shit out of stuff.
Yep.
What about you, Charlie?
Well, I've said this before on other shows where I talk about had 10-year-old Charlie rated a movie, it would be extremely high.
Sure.
And I'm going to do 10-year-old Charlie proud.
All right.
Because I'm smiling this entire movie. I get goosebumps when I hear that song. I could never rank He-Man low for anything he does. And it means so much to me to still have this and be able to let the kids watch it, and they see what this property means to me. They see Dad. I didn't think I was going to do this.
Aw.
There's more on top of it because of my sister.
Take your time, man.
No, this is really sweet.
Ooh, I don't know if I've ever told Pete everything about Sarah, so if at any point my kids are like, we got to get Dad something, if it has He-Man on it, they know I'm going to love it. So Masters of the Universe gets a 10 from me. And that's
Nice.
That's little Charlie.
Yeah, no arguments here.
That's
Clearly this is very special to you, and I'm not shitting on it.
No, I don't take anything. And again,
right.
I
And I'm
understand.
certainly not going to shit on your score, but I applaud your conviction. I think you clearly you have a lot of feelings about this, and I think that is an accurate score for you.
Similar to Brain Scan, where it's like I did not really like this movie, but I knew how much it meant to Charlie. I was like, I'm not going to see her and shit on it because there was stuff I found entertainment out of it, and hell, that ended up being one of our longest episodes. So,
yeah, I mean, there's when I'm able to dig back truly into nostalgia, and screw it, for a lot of people, I don't know if I have said it on the show early on, but I lost my sister. There's a lot of memories with her.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about, the pink Cadillac, it's my sister's Barbie's car.
Yeah.
That I would put my He-Man in.
Nice.
Yes.
She had,
as well you should have.
Yes.
She had She-Ra. She had the girl side of He-Man stuff. So and she would watch this movie with me, and it's an important movie to me.
I love it. I love it so much.
I
love this so much.
This is why I need a giant 4K remade version of this. Like,
oh, I wish they would do
I need a
boutique
steel book
yeah,
of this for Charlie.
But
I would definitely buy
this
that.
is what movies are all about. Not every movie is for everyone, but every movie has a place in somebody's heart for whatever reason.
Why we're movie nerds? This is
and
why
that's
we
why
have...
that's why we're movie nerds. This is why cinema is so very important.
And it's personal to people. Like
yes,
sometimes
it
people are
should
like,
be.
why? And it's like,
don't matter why.
It doesn't matter
Because.
why. Like without my dad, I credit my dad to my love of these movies and stuff like that. But what it's turned into is being able to like hang out with you guys and talk about these and share our stories. Our fan base have seen these movies. How many times can we walk through a movie? But what it means to us sometimes is the better story. You know, our experiences and how it makes us feel that's the story. That's the legacy these movies are going to have.
That's the high that we're always chasing. That's the whole point of the give me back,
that is
montage. It's that what is going to be the thing that 15 years from now that I'm like looking back fondly on. And like some of it is going to be that like movies I had never seen before, but because of doing this podcast, like now I have a strong attachment to Metal Storm, you pieces of shit. So like now 15 years from now,
that's fair.
You'll be like, remember that time? It'll be at like one of your guys' funeral. I'll be like, Metal Storm was Pete's favorite movie. You're
going to throw that metal case at my corpse. It's like,
yeah.
I love how subtly Nate threw in the fact I'm the youngest, so I'm going to watch you assholes die. Thanks, Nate. I appreciate it.
Oh, we all know I'm going to get taken out by like a bear or something silly.
I'm outlive all you mother.
Pete, about let that drop.
Oh boy. That's like the third time I've censored myself.
Pete's doing good. He catches himself.
So good.
Yeah, it's honestly I wasn't expecting. I was ready to just rank it talking about young me, and it's like a wave of emotion and nostalgia all at once.
That's what makes it special.
Yeah. And no one knows that story about, like literally Jackie's watching this waiting for the movie to end last night. And I expected that, I never expected her to really like get into this movie. But she knows how much He-Man means to me.
Yeah.
And so she sits there, it's done, but she'll listen back to this episode and just be like, she'll probably be crying, so it's it's a big thing, man. And these things mean a lot, and sometimes they just stir an emotion. I don't even know where to go with the show right now, guys.
Don't worry about it.
No, don't worry about it. Let it be free.
Let it out.
No.
Take your shirt off. Show me the rest of it.
Yeah.
No, don't do that.
Exactly.
I regret everything I said.
Yeah. Well, it may not be tattooed on me, but my tattoo artist is also a huge He-Man fan, and we have discussed a He-Man piece in the future. So big shout out to Jersey. And being that it's my birthday, Nate, I'm pulling the other card. I don't want to listen to someone bash this movie.
Nope, me either.
I had found one from the 80s.
No. You know what? Put it out on Instagram.
Yeah,
I'll have to find it again.
Type it out.
I already closed out the window. The reviewer's name has already left my mind.
That's fine.
They're dead to me.
They are dead to us now. They have fallen into
dead to all of us.
They have fallen into that bottomless pit. You're absolutely right.
That's right, man. So that's awesome. Yeah, I don't want a negativity right now. This is too good of an episode, too meaningful.
All right, well then tattoo idea segment. All right, if you're getting He-Man, you get Battle Cat on your back with He-Man riding Battle Cat, and it's like in an attack pose, and it's a giant back piece.
We did talk about a back piece, and I want to do half Gray Skull, half Snake Mountain.
Ooh.
Like where they're split, and it looks like you're looking at two different sides, and then two characters each. The funny thing about Battle Cat is that is Jersey's favorite character, and she has painted her car to look like Battle Cat.
Nice.
It is
so
green. Good. She's done the hubcaps and like the reddish maroon. She's painted stripes down it.
Battle Cat's green?
Yeah, green and orange.
Green and orange.
Yellow, orange.
Are you thinking about the purple one, which is Panther?
That's Skeletor's Panther.
No, I'm just red green colorblind, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, this is true.
Oh,
this is true. This is true.
Like, you
It's
know.
like I thought it was brown the whole time. The cat was brown.
Boy, Nate hates Christmas, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Nate doesn't understand the
grays
color
and-
Don't understand the appeal of all these grays and ultra grays.
Hey, didn't
dead
Castle
trees.
Grayskull and Snake Mountain connect? Wasn't there like a connector in the toys?
You know, I can't remember if they went back to back or not. I know that Skeletor
Something.
and He-Man's swords joined together.
Yeah.
There's the male and female.
Skeletor had
parts
purple
of
and
that.
He-Man had gray.
Yeah.
And they would fit together. They had little pegs in them or something that.
They would make the ultimate sword.
Right.
and then
right.
That
Weren't
was
they
supposed to
also,
be.
like, a carrying case where it would hold the toys.
You could put them together and put a few figures in it, but they didn't really hold that many.
Do you mean Grayskull or do you mean like
Grayskull was
you could fit like
clamshell.
4 characters maybe in there.
4 or 5.
It was a clamshell, yeah.
You had the dungeon, you had the throne room.
Yep.
There was
The
a bit of
trapdoor,
room in there,
which was the
trap
best
door.
ever.
If
Turn
anything,
the
they
throne
had
and the trapdoor would fall.
the snake toy, wasn't it? That like the skeleton of a snake that held all the toys.
No, that was Star Wars, son.
Oh no, he's talking about Battle Bones, which
Battle
was
Bones
the skeleton
was-
of a
that
creature.
That was
and
He-Man.
all of the characters would snap into the side.
Yep.
That's it.
You're
I just
right.
remember,
You're
like,
right.
if you go to any toy event, you're guaranteed to see one of those.
Yep.
right,
You're right.
but the rare thing is finding one that isn't broken. That is the hard.
Well, it's because
you
we're
played
kids and we're jackasses.
the heck out
boy.
of these things.
I'm gonna make it go together.
Of course you did. They were toys. You kicked the crap out of them.
Yeah, you leave it outside and you play with it outside every day, and it rains and it gets in the mud.
You took your Godzilla Shogun Warrior into the pool with you because Godzilla was an aquatic monster.
It
Oh.
was, but you didn't
Oh.
realize that the springs that shot the
Yeah,
fist out would rust.
they all corrode. Yeah.
Oh, I'm well aware of how the toys of the '80s.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one.
That's why these toys are so expensive now. Because
Hey, I got
we were
it back there.
assholes.
I have my original back there.
I have an entire tote of all my original He-Mans and stuff like that. So, all right, everybody. Well,
All right.
thanks for checking out my birthday episode of Masters of the Universe. I know a lot of people were excited
Yay.
when we announced this. I hope we did it right, and I hope everyone just takes a chance and goes and visits. It's on Tubi right now. God bless Tubi.
It's on
turn
Amazon.
that bad boy on. It is on Amazon, but it's out there to be consumed.
Get into
freely.
your fanciest Speedo and watch it.
Just the less clothes
Ooh.
on, the better.
Yeah, honestly, yes.
Ooh.
Uh,
That's why you couldn't come over and watch it with me, Pete.
Come on, Nate.
That's why you
Nate
didn't
has
get an
a-
invite.
We got understanding, don't we?
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. It's not like he's never seen it before. It's fine. All right, guys. Well,
My eyes
if you
are up
wanna-
here.
It's not where he wants to look, Nate. And if you want to continue on with these great conversations that we have, please come over and join us over at the Gimme Back My Action Movie Facebook group, along with the Gimme Back My Horror Movies Facebook group. Both are on Twitter and both are on Instagram, TikTok, and we are, as far as this comes out, we have done one episode back on our live stream over on the YouTube channel. We did our top 5 favorite VHS covers. And as of hearing this, we are going to be going live again January 30th, and we are going to be covering the monster movie Crabs.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
It's going to be so much fun. If you haven't yet, you can hear the interview that I got to sit on with Sludge and Ruben over on the Monster Movie Stomp Down with the director, Pierce Barrelsheimer. And it's a good listen. We don't spoil anything, but do that. The movie is freely available now. Go on Amazon. You can buy the DVD. I already have the DVD myself.
Buy the DVD.
And we will be covering that live. There will be spoilers. I can't talk about that movie without spoiling something. So
Right.
please watch it before we go live on there. So
Yeah, 2023 is going to be a decent amount of live streams. It's looking like. Like I had shot Charlie a text earlier this week of just like, here's a list of movies coming out that I want to live stream. So be
and
prepared.
you will find us on our channel, as well as we will be on. We're pretty much regulars on the Action Elite YouTube channel. So if you have not yet, go subscribe over to the Action Elite. They also have a website you can go check out. Articles are coming out almost daily over there.
Wow.
Owen does some
Crazy.
fantastic stuff. Sometimes we get some decent trailers that come through them, but a lot of fun. So tons of content. We do our best to try and keep things entertaining on the social medias and the internets and the show. So go check us out over there. And speaking of all the other shows with the Give Me Back My Podcast Network, please go check out our brother Pete here in the studio with us at Good Beer, Bad Movie Night. One day we'll forgive them for Spawn, but it's still not today.
Oh, wait till Despot comes out, baby. You're going to love this shit.
I can't wait. I already watched the movie and I cannot wait.
Oh, my God.
And go check out Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling, Jimmy and the Plastic Sheet Jared over there.
Yeah.
Doing some fantastic stuff.
They're banging, man.
I'm loving it. Monster Movie Stomp Down. Get your fix on monster movies, man. They do it right over there. They share the love. They have just as much love for that genre as we do in ours. And check out Stompy and Frank, nice little puppet show they got going on there on YouTube. Those guys are a hoot, little monsters that take you through monster movies. And if I'm not mistaken, Harry and the Hendersons is this month. So that'll be an interesting.
I'm looking forward to that. I haven't seen Henry and the Harris.
When someone doesn't have hair, it's hard to say that word.
True.
Jealous.
I am jealous. I'm going to go watch that movie before. Yeah,
I shaved my
it's
head
been
off.
for years, but that was a childhood favorite over here.
What? Yeah. Having hair?
No, Harry and Henderson.
Oh, okay.
Bigfoot.
I mean, John Lithgow. Why haven't I seen this movie?
That's right. That's right. So a lot of good fun going to be happening over there. So please go check out all those shows. Subscribe, rate everybody on Spotify, Apple, all those good places. Gentlemen, am I missing anything?
Now, you're really good at doing all that. I still feel bad that I suck at doing all that. So people just know I do love and care about you. I just don't know how to articulate it into words.
Totally fine, man.
So Charlie does it for me. That's the only reason why.
Once I composed myself and I wasn't crying anymore, I was able to really turn it on and do good. So,
good.
Guys, thanks for letting me pick this movie and watching this
course.
movie and sharing the love of Masters of the Universe. And everyone else, stay tuned. We have my horror pick coming up, which if you follow us on social medias, you've seen it. So we are doing Demon Knight, which is going to be an absolute blast. Nate has to bury the hatchet with a certain actor because he's already started a blood feud. He's already started a new blood feud for 2023. You're not allowed to have two.
Nope.
So
I only do one at a time. So Billy Zane, your time has come to an end. It's a complete. we have reconciled with one another.
Yeah,
we are at peace.
I was able to
Jai Courtney,
peace.
I'm coming for you, you son of a bitch.
You heard it here first, folks. So, all right. So check us out next week when we cover Demon Knight. So,
all right, Charlie, it's birthday. What are the good words?
I think there's only one set of words, and I think we all know what it is, and we're all going to say it together.
I have the power!
In today's story, Skeletor was looking for a shortcut, a quick way to riches and power. You may know some people like that, always looking for the quick way to get ahead of everybody else. Well, it doesn't work that way. The people who succeed are the ones who work for what they want. So don't be fooled by those who say they have a sure thing. There's always a catch to it. Don't sell yourself short. The right way is the best way. Until later.
Being the most powerful man in the universe isn't all that makes He-Man such a great hero. Being strong is fine, but but there's something even better. In today's story, He-Man used something even more powerful than his muscles to beat Skeletor. You know what it was? If you said his brain, you were right. And just like a muscle, your brain is something you can develop to give yourself great power.
I couldn't not end on the PSAs.